Jannik Sinner has delivered excellence all year, crushing expectations and ending 2024 with a bang. His first Nitto ATP Finals title, on home soil no less, capped off an epic season. With a jaw-dropping 70-6 record, Sinner dominated at the Australian Open, US Open, and now in Italy. But here's the wild part. He's not done yet. Sinner's still hungry, chasing more titles and smashing records. Let's dive into his insane ATP Finals run and the numbers behind his historic win.
Sinner makes history in Turin.
Sinner made history at the Nitto ATP Finals, crushing Taylor Fritz to grab his first ever title at the event. But wait, this wasn't just about the trophy. Sinner smashed records along the way. First up, world #1 status. Sinner started the year ranked number 4, but by June he pulled off the unthinkable. He became the first Italian ever to claim the top spot in the ATP rankings. And get this, he didn't just stop there. Sinner will hold that #1 spot all the way to the end of the season. Oh, and that year-end #1 locked it in early during the Shanghai Masters. The guy's not just breaking records, he's rewriting tennis history. How's that for a mic drop?
One of many to congratulate you on being the #1 tennis player in the world.
Now, let's talk cash. Sinner didn't just win titles, he made bank. By going undefeated and not dropping a single set at the ATP Finals, Jannik pocketed $4,881,500. That's the biggest champion's prize in ATP history. Add that to his season total and he's walking away with a mind-blowing $16.9 million in 2024 earnings. And here's where things get wild. Sinner pulled off something even Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer never did, winning his first 2 Grand Slams in the same season. He took the Australian Open and the US Open, joining legends like Guillermo Vilas and Jimmy Connors. Not even the GOATs hit that milestone.
I think this is, for me personally, maybe the ultimate achievement, and I'm sure you're incredibly happy.
But he wasn't done. Jannik delivered a historic performance at the Nitto ATP Finals, winning every match without dropping a single set. He's the first to pull that off since Ivan Lendl in 1986. On his way to the title, the Italian steamrolled through Alex de Minaur, Taylor Fritz, Daniil Medvedev, Casper Ruud, and again Fritz. With records shattered, millions earned, and a Grand Slam season to remember, the question is now simple. Can anyone stop the Italian superstar in 2025? Now, let's talk about some other crazy record. Coming into this year, Jannik had a pretty rough record against the world's best, 22 wins and 27 losses. But this season, he flipped the script big time. After his win over Fritz in the Nitto ATP Finals, Sinner's 2024 top 10 record stands at a jaw-dropping 17-5. That's a 77.3% win rate. And get this, he won 10 of his last 11 matches against top 10 players.
And you are so good for the game.
But wait, it gets crazier. Jannik racked up 70 wins this season, becoming the first player to hit that milestone since Andy Murray's 78 in 2016. And here's the kicker. He didn't lose a single match in straight sets all year. The lowest ranked player to beat him? Stefanos Tsitsipas, then world #12 at the Monte Carlo Masters. All right, enough with the stats. Let's get into the action. The final of the year-end championship, Jannik Sinner versus Taylor Fritz. And let us tell you, this was one more than just a match. It was a full-on mental battle. First up, Sinner came out swinging in the final, defeating Fritz 6-4, 6-4.
Sinner makes history in Turin.
But here's the twist. It wasn't just about raw power. It was about the first 4 shots of the point. Sinner absolutely owned those shots. Seriously, he had an advantage in this part of the game that was so big, it left Fritz scrambling. Let's break it down. In their round-robin match earlier in the week, Sinner dominated the short rallies, 0-4 shots, winning 6 more points than Fritz. The same story in the final. He had the edge by a solid 6-point margin, and get this, 74% of all points played in the final were in these short rallies. That's huge. Almost 3 out of every 4 points were won in those crucial first few shots, and Sinner was just unbeatable there. Now, when the rallies got longer, 5 to 8 shots or more, it wasn't as much of a blowout. Sinner still won, but it was by the slimmest of margins. He won 8 out of 7 in the mild length rallies and 9 out of 7 in the longest ones. But the key here is that Sinner's game wasn't changing, and that was a big problem for Fritz. He couldn't make the right adjustments. It was like Sinner was hitting repeat on the exact same tactics, and Fritz couldn't hit stop. When Fritz got broken at 3-all in the first set,
That's so clever.
he lost 3 points in exactly the same way. Serve +1 backhand errors. 5 of those points came in the short rally length, and Fritz just couldn't shake the pattern. Same thing in the second set. He got broken at 2-2, and 4 of the 5 points he lost were once again in the short rally length. But here's where the match took a crazy turn. Fritz had zero backup plan. He didn't adapt. He kept trying to play baseline tennis and just couldn't break through. He won 7 out of 8 points at the net. Impressive, right? But here's the kicker. Why didn't he go to the net more? Why didn't he press forward when it was clear his baseline game wasn't cutting it? He only won 37% of his points from the baseline in the final. That's a red flag. Meanwhile, Sinner, he was calling the shots, dictating the play with his forehand right after every serve. 28 forehands after the serve, winning 78% of those points. Fritz, only 17, and he won just 53% of them. That forehand was a weapon for Sinner, and Fritz just couldn't counter it. And check this out. Sinner hit more forehands, 81, than Fritz, 78. But Fritz, who clearly loves his backhand, hit 87 of those. It was like Sinner was the one setting the pace, and Fritz didn't have enough firepower to wrestle back control. So, what do you think? Was it obvious who was going to win from the start, or did Fritz have a chance to turn it around? Taking a quick break, tennis fans, but we've got something awesome for you. You can join our channel now and unlock exclusive perks. We're talking early access to our videos, personal replies, and a lot more. Want to support us and keep the videos rolling? Smash that join button on our homepage, and let's do this.
It was a very tough match, tough encounter, and I'm very happy about the win.
Now, Jannik's reaction after his win over Fritz in the final was pure focus. I actually believe there is still a gap for improvement, the Italian said, keeping his eyes firmly on the future. Despite his impressive performance, where he served very good at times, he knows the job isn't done. There are still certain shots and points I can do better, but those are small details. And that's exactly what makes him a champion, always striving to fine-tune even the smallest aspects of his game. Sinner's year has been nothing short of historic. He joined Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer as the only men to win the Australian Open, US Open, and Nitto ATP Finals in the same year. Incredible, right? Heading into 2024, you would have thought Jannik Sinner was aiming for the stars, right? But nope, the guy stayed super humble. My goal was to understand what I can achieve this year, he said. There was no specific goal of winning a Grand Slam or being number one. It's going to be the same next year. Whatever we can catch, we take, and the rest we learn. But let's not forget, Sinner's already hit the number one spot in the ATP rankings in June, and he's holding onto it tight. As he heads into 2025, he knows it's going to be a different challenge. I'll approach it in the same way I did this year, keeping calm, staying connected with my team, and balancing seriousness with relaxation, he said. His focus? Finding the right balance. There are going to be many firsts in our life. It doesn't matter if it's a Grand Slam or something else, you just have to be yourself as a player and see if it works or not, he added, showing his wisdom beyond his 23 years. So, what's next for Sinner? Will he keep climbing? Or will 2025 bring new hurdles? Let us know what you think in the comments.